I'm curious, Jaber, what would you say, little kid or drunk adult on this? You start crying when mom takes the training wheels off your bike.
Yeah, I'm a little kid, hopefully.
That's a little kid, yeah. That's actually a little Rocco.
Oh, what's wrong with Rocco?
He is devastated that we took the training wheels off his bike and that his dad wants to teach him how to ride the bike for real.
Is he scared, or is it more about him being not wanting to grow up?
Scared.
Okay.
Petrified to the point of meltdown, tears, screaming.
Well, look, it's a big deal. I remember when they had to take off my training wheels. It was my 17th birthday. And
Okay, so when he starts crying and all that, are you being like, yeah, I don't care, get on the bike, you got to ride the bike? Or are you like, okay, we won't force it, and you just kind of chill out?
I don't know. I don't know what to do because last night I was kind of like, dude, you can't be that one kid that doesn't know how to ride a bike. You're scared of it now because it's the unknown. But as soon as you learn it, then you're going to feel great and accomplished and so proud of yourself. And he's like, I don't want to be proud of myself. I hate you.
wow, there's a lot there. There's a lot there.
We need to unpack.
Yeah.
I am curious about this because honestly, my son Cannon, I'm not sure that he knows how to ride a bike.
Really?
Yeah, and he's that kid. And when he was younger, we got on the bike, had the training wheels, all that kind of good stuff. He didn't have a big love for it as it was, and we would go out there and try to do the whole thing where you have him ride for a while and then take him off, and yeah, he would just fall right over. And it wasn't that he was freaked out by the bike; he just didn't have any real interest for it. And I was like, yeah, I'd like for you to know how to learn how to ride a bike. I think it's a good life skill to have. It's a basic life skill. But,
right?
I mean, if you're not empowered by it, and I don't know, if you're an adult and you never learned as a kid, how hard is it to learn to ride a bike? Or do you have better motor skills when you get older and so it's a lot easier? Or how does it work?
You can totally still learn how to ride a bike as an adult. Now, if you got injury and you can't walk, yeah, that's going to be different. But yeah, you can learn how to ride a bike.
But is it harder? Because I do know this is a fact because they've done studies. My mom would always tell me that it's by the age of 10, if you can learn a language, it's easier to learn another language. If you're under the age of 10, something happens in the brain that if you learn the language before the age of 10, as an adult, you can speak it and you won't have a noticeable accent. And there's something about when you learn, like you notice Arnold Schwarzenegger still has a damn accent. Like, how long have you been in America, dude? But still got that accent.
It may take a little bit longer, but if you don't learn stuff because you're just older, then you're never going to learn anything. You have to learn. It just may take you a little bit longer.
So that's my question. Is it a little bit or is it a lot longer? Like, if you waited. So if you've got a kid like Rocco, should you force them through tears and screams and I hate yous to ride a bike, or should you just be like, you know what? If you don't want to, I'm not going to make you do it. And, you know, there are some things that you do have to force your kid to do, even if they don't want it. But some things in life, that's where I'm always trying to, as a parent, decide, hey, look, you know, if you don't want to do it, this isn't something I'm going to put up that wall on.
Pick your battles. Does that apply to this?
I don't know.
Did Rocco really say he hates you?
Yeah. He was crying. He was beside himself.
In my opinion, and I don't have kids, that's more of an issue than the bike. Getting down to that route of saying I hate you to your mom, there's something you got to look into.
I know his personality. He lashes out. He doesn't really hate me. He says things in the moment.
No, I know he doesn't.
The problem is if you come at Rocco, he comes at you 10 times harder. And then 5 minutes later, he regrets it and apologizes. So I don't think the hate is the problem.
But that's what I'm trying to say is him lashing out and getting upset. If it's a thing at you and stuff, is there something else going on there?
That's how he reacts to anything that upsets his apple cart. But what bothers me is that he is so against it, and he'll be that kid that doesn't know how to ride a bike. Like, is he going to be an outcast because of it?
I don't think Cannon's an outcast. I don't know if any of his friends. Things are different. We don't have that neighborhood where the kids are. When I was a kid, it was. You would see all the bikes in somebody's front lawn. You would know where all the kids were.
We do have that neighborhood.
Yeah, and I don't. So for Cannon, no. And it's probably a case-by-case basis.
So funny. When I learned how to ride a bike as a kid, I became the outcast because I wasn't very good. They would call me Kermit the Frog. I would look mechanical. My mom did not want me to ride a bike because she thought I was going to die on there. It does. The training wheels was a big deal, and it's a little nerve-wracking. He just that might not be his thing right now. He's still young.
I know, but I don't want to miss that window to teach him, and then he's too old, and then he'll never get it. And then what if you need this? Like, I thought it was a basic life skill.
Well, in a lot of times in a lot of neighborhoods, it might be. And maybe the bicycle riding isn't. Now, I feel different about swimming. I think that in South Florida, forcing your kid, he was like, I don't want to swim, I don't want to swim. I would try to work with them and try to knock down their fears. I put up a bigger fight as a parent about learning to swim in South Florida than I would riding the bike.
Oh, both my kids screamed and cried through the first 6 weeks of their swim lesson.
Yeah.
They hated it.
Sure.
They were babies.
Right.
And it just, you can't let that crying affect you. You got to make them do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying too. You know how many times I said I hate my parents?
True. It doesn't hurt me. I mean, honestly, both my kids have told me they hate me, and I could not care any less. I just think, like, am I going to be looking back on this? And is Rocco going to be looking back on this when he's like, 17 and he can't ride a bike? And he goes, Mom, you should have made me. I was 7. Why did you listen to me? And then I'm like,
He just needs to get excited about the bike ride. Maybe he needs to see somebody cool ride a bike and kind of outsource it a little bit.
There's a little girl in the neighborhood that he has a crush on. She's a year older. She is adorable. She came over to our house last night. She came on her bike. And I thought he would see that and go, oh, she's got a bike. Maybe I should get into this biking world like she does. Nope.
Yeah. Amanda said, don't worry, V. My daughter is 6 and still rides with training wheels. She doesn't want to take them off, but we have said that she can't get a new big girl bike until she learns without the training wheels. That's how she's working the situation.
He's 6 now?
He's 7.
7?
We took the training wheels off. So now he's like do or die with this bike.
Well, look, falling off a bike sucks. I get that. It does.
Yeah. Michelle's on here from Port St. Lucie. What do you think? Should Virginia make her son Rocco learn how to ride this bike?
So you have to, not have to, but there's a way to do it where you're forcing them, but they don't know that you're forcing them. So with my kids, we used to go on family bike rides, and they would have their bike without their training wheels, whoever the child was, and they had no choice but to ride it without it if they wanted to participate in these family bike rides. And we would go on, to the park and things like that. And if they didn't participate, then, one of us would stay home with him or her, and, he wouldn't be, or she wouldn't be a part of the activity that the family was doing. So you have to kind of make it fun for them to want to ride their bike, not necessarily force them. And they don't realize that it's being forced upon them, that you're giving them the choice to make the decision of doing it themselves.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Got all that?
I did. I just think that Rocco would go, I don't want to go on your stupid family bike ride. I'll be here watching YouTube. Peace.
Yeah. You got to manipulate different kids in different ways.
Yeah. He's that line's not going to work on him.
Yeah.
I know him.
Anna said, let him have the training wheels and let another kid call him out for having training wheels and watch to see how fast he'll want to take them off.
I mean, embarrassment publicly is always a way to...
Yeah, well, peer group pressure is very big.
I
And,
threw the training wheels away.
oh, they're gone.
I got to go buy new ones.
Yes.
Damn it.
So you're going to stay with this?
I don't know.
Okay.
Panda said he was going to handle it because there's a certain point where me and Rocco start arguing and it's an impasse and everybody is upset after. So Panda said, don't worry. I'm going to take him on Sunday.
Okay.
I have a little brunch that I have to go to. So Panda's going to take him on Sunday while I'm gone
Okay.
and hopefully get him to do it.
Please give us a little update on Monday.
I will. Well, if you see me at MD now because Rocco broke something, you'll know he was right. He predicted his own bike fall.
He knew it was going to be bad. Okay.
I'll feel so bad if he gets hurt.
I told you, Mom. I really hate you now.